Okay, good evening, everybody. Sorry for the delay. It is Sunday here in Manhattan. We have a lot to talk about tonight. The snow is just starting to come down, but tomorrow is a major week on Wall Street. Before I started streaming tonight, futures were up fractionally, but that does not mean anything. We are definitely in full-blown bear market territory with all the major indices closing well below their 200-day moving average. But we have Caterpillar reporting earnings, Microsoft and the like. So we'll talk about that a little bit today on the stream. We are right here near NYU. And I see JGQ Atlas is here. What's going on? 007 says happy Sunday all. Hope everybody had a great weekend. I see Adrian says, hey Tom, snowing. Showing love from Baltimore, Maryland. What is going on? All of our viewers in Baltimore. Dante Rose says, I didn't know Elon Musk is from South Africa. Well, he is. Elon Musk is from South Africa, and I believe his family actually used to own some diamond mines there. Two Wheel Pines says, hey there, Tom. How's it been? How was your weekend? Everything was pretty good, Two Wheel Pines. You know, can't complain. Got a lot of work done. And I am here near NYU, New York University. Cosmo Scary is here. Hemp Lord says, always enjoy these walks. Sanjeev is here, says, good evening, Tom. Tatiana says, hey, Tom, good evening. It is here in Brazil. It is 105 degrees Fahrenheit. Jeez. Well, stay cool. It's snowing here in New York. Not sure if you guys can see it on camera, but it is snowing all but slowly. Paul Peace is looking good, Tom. Stay warm. You as well. Latha is here. And I see sunshine after rain. Good to see everybody. Let's see if you guys could see it coming down. Let me know if you guys could see the snow on the stream. Lena Sandoval says, hello, Tom and everybody. RJ says, Olaf from Colorado. Hope you are well. I am doing really good. Good to see you, Sally and Paul P. Sunshine after rain. Falcon Space says, is this live? It just might be live. We just might be live, everybody. Terry P, good to see you. Welcome, Terry P. Hope you're well. Let me try to wipe the camera here. Cosmo Harris says, I see it out my window. So Cosmo, I actually ate dinner tonight at Dig Inn, one of my favorite places here. So it was very good tonight. Frigid cold in New York City, but the only thing that's good is it's not that windy. The cold doesn't really bother me, it's just the wind. Soho Guy Yo is here. What's up, Soho Guy? Good to see you. We're very close to your neck of the woods, Soho. Right near NYU. Roy S says, we could see the snow very clearly. What's up, Roy? Good to see you. So these are some of my favorite buildings because check out the fire escapes here. I really think it gives these buildings a lot of character. Really like them. What do you guys think of these buildings here with the fire escapes? Hey, Paul P says, yes, we could see the snow. I think it's starting to come down pretty nicely here. So I thought we would take a walk through Washington Square Park tonight. We haven't been to Washington Square Park in a while on the stream, so maybe we'll check that out tonight. Hey, I see Vinny Castellano from Staten Island. What is up, Vinny? Sunshine After Rain says, looks amazing. NG is here, says, hello, everybody, and good night, Tom. 007 says, classic New York. Good to see you, 007. And Darren Robinson. Good to see you, Darren. Hope you're well. Says, hello, Tom. Stay warm, mate. Very nice buildings. Otto is here, says, very cool buildings, lots of character. So if you look to the building on your right, this is East 4th Street. And I used to go to the gym right here. This is the Blink Fitness on the corner of Broadway and East 4th Street. Hey, Ruby Falcone is here. What's up, Ruby? Good to see you. Our pal Ruby Falcone. Nick Gupta says, hello, Tom. Hope you're well. I'm doing really good. Says, love them. I was so excited for the first time I saw them in person. Very cool. And I think I see the swan. So things are starting to come down nicely here in New York. Hopefully I don't get caught in too much of a snowstorm. I was not expecting the snow tonight. But as I always say, I'd much rather have snow than rain. Hey, David Maines says, hi Tom, looking forward to the stream tonight. Thank you, Dave. Looking forward to speaking to you tonight as well. It's going to be an extremely busy week tomorrow. I mean, extremely busy week next week as it kicks off tomorrow. Before I started the stream, I was looking at the S&P 500 E-mini futures contract, which is ticker symbol ES. We were up fractionally, so futures were green across the board, but that really doesn't mean much, especially in this environment where all the major indices are below their 200-day. A lot of the times what we'll see is the markets will open green and then sell off during the day. That's very classic bear market action. And we'll talk about that a little bit. And we'll also talk about some of the earnings. Caterpillar is a major industrial company that's reporting earnings next week. Hey, Charlie Richardson is here. Good to see you, Charlie Richardson. Harold says, I lost my shirt last week. Well, we'll talk about it. So what do you have a lot of exposure to? John L says Microsoft and Apple too. Hey, what's up, John L? Yeah, so Microsoft reports earnings, Apple reports earnings. It's definitely going to be crazy. We are in full swing of earnings season. Good to see you, John L. Charlie P says, Tom, no pictures of Manhattan from the 1940s or 50s. Interesting. So across the street, I'm actually going to put my hood up. I wasn't expecting it to snow. Right when I started streaming, I saw some snowflakes flying. Mets fan 1023 says, Tom, short Peloton, pound it. Well, Peloton was one of those companies that, if anybody was listening to the streams like 3 or 4 or 5 months ago, I was telling everybody specifically, I'm like, do not buy this stock. Do not buy this stock. And I was getting hammered with requests to cover Peloton. But I think since the stock is down almost 90%, I do not think this is the time to be shorting that particular company. I would just not pay any attention to it at all. Sunshine After Rain says, Tom, how was your day today? It was a good day. Today was a very, very good day. I got a lot of work done. Tomorrow is going to be very busy for me. I have 2 meetings, and then I have to go out to dinner with the clients here at a restaurant called 5 Napkin Burger. Has anybody ever heard of that restaurant called 5 Napkin Burger? Just out of curiosity. Hey, Layla says, oh my, Tom, stay warm, please. Good to see you, Layla. Cosmo Scary says, I've seen it but never tried it. Nice guy, good to see you here. Square bets the stocks deliver strong gains during Fed rate hike cycles per Bloomberg. Brandy says, hey there, Tom, good to see you. Obama says, great Jones Street. RL says, Boeing, Tesla, Atlassian. LRCX reports earnings this week. Yes, and Atlassian is an Australian software company. The CEO is Michael Cannon-Brookes. But I think a lot of companies are going to stay with the trend, and the trend is down. So we saw all the major investment banks sell off after earnings. Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, a lot of these type of investment banking stocks sold off after their earnings. Netflix got clocked down 20% after missing their subscriber numbers. But, we have to understand one thing. Netflix was really doing well, more specifically during the COVID-19 pandemic, because everybody was staying inside watching Netflix because there was really nothing else to do. So those numbers are really hard to beat. And I think valuations are going to adjust accordingly. So now we are at Bond Street, B-O-N-D Street. Soho guy says, Tom, 5 napkin or whatever they call that place is horrible. Go to Five Guys and McDonald's. Yeah, so Soho, I really don't have a choice, right? I don't really have a choice. I just have to go along for the ride. But I appreciate the insight. I've never been there before. Hey, Ron is joining us. Says, good evening, Tom. What's up, Ron? Miguel Gonzalez says hi. What is going on, Miguel Gonzalez? And Kit Gupta says, I make tasty burgers at home. Wish I could send it to you. Nice guy says, I can't say the food was good. Yeah, I mean, the client was very adamant about going there. And he's like, yeah, Tom, I think you should tag along. So I'm like, all right, I might as well tag along. But in the back of my mind, I'll be like, yeah, everybody in the chat was saying this place was horrible. Roy S says, Tom, you were right about Netflix. Razzle Dazzle 786 says, hi, Tom. Hi, friends. Got my Pfizer booster today. So far, I'm feeling fine. Razzle Dazzle, good to see you. Razzle Dazzle is our friend from California that is an MRI technologist. Awesome job, very interesting. Kevin Lee says, good evening, Tom. It's 8:17 in Brooklyn. Yeah, Cosmo says, bad burger for a good deal. Who says no? So true. So this is a very famous clothing store called Kith here in NoHo. Hey, Sally, it's a beautiful night, Tom. What is up, Sally? Garage Motor says, hello from Brazil. What's going on, everybody from Brazil? Good to see you as always. We are walking around the NoHo, Bleecker Street sort of area, NYU. But tonight we're going to be heading all the way up to Lincoln Center. Lincoln Center is one of my favorite places, so we will be headed up there. Kevin Lee says, Tom, when did you leave Miami? So I took a flight yesterday right at around 10 o'clock in the morning. So I left at 10 a.m. and the flight was about 2.5 hours. Hey, Brian's here, says happy Sunday, Tom, and everybody in the chat. Good to see you, Brian. And right across the street is one of my favorite coffee shops. It's called Gasoline Alley Coffee. Very good. Highly recommend it. Sabrina Fair says, where's the snow? Boo. It's snowing. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. I hope the snow stops. I don't really like walking around in the snow, to be honest, but Sabrina Fair says, hello. Good to see you. NG says, Tom, how do you drink your coffee? So I just usually I drink cold brew, just cold brew with half and half. But this is the spot right here, Gasoline Alley Coffee. Very good. Nice guy says, I could go for a few days in Miami. You gotta come. Anonymous Dude 123 says, Tom, you're breaking up my Disney Plus streaming, but rather be with you guys. Appreciate that, Anonymous Dude. So by the way, Disney actually got clocked off of reports that their Disney Plus subscriber numbers will not come in as good as they say they will. So maybe we're contributing to that. Disney got clocked about 6%, but Netflix really took the brunt of the beating, down 20, bringing the NASDAQ down right along with it. So now we're on the corner of Lafayette Street, and we're looking down to Mulberry Street. Solo 401 says, New York City flurries for the next 2 hours and on. Good to see you, Solo 401. Simply Janique says, hi, Tom, which index fund is your favorite? So, I mean, there's a couple of them, but the ones that are the most notable are the Vanguard index funds that either track the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ. But if you want to try to stay into something that is less volatile, I would say out of the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ, probably an S&P is going to be a little bit less volatile. So from here you could see all the way down to Lower Manhattan. Hey, Kevin Buffalo says, you know I like your streams when I'm watching this and the Bills at the same time. Oh yeah, the Buffalo Bills and the Chiefs are playing. I think it's a big sort of weekend in football. I'm not a big football fan, but
into the beat.
Mets fan 1023 says short Chamath. I agree with that. I'm not on the best terms with Chamath right now. Hey, Paul Greenwell is here. Good to see you, Paul. As we are crossing Mulberry Street. Hey, time lapse. Good to see you, time lapse. Hey, British Gray is here. British Gray is joining us from Tampa, Florida. Good to see you as always, British Gray, on this blustery, cold, snowy night in Manhattan. Zilch, good to see you. So we'll take a quick walk around by Prince Street Pizza, which is one of my favorite spots. Hey, the Swan, what's going on? Swan is joining us from Ireland. Hope you're well. Hey, Bonzo Law is in the chat joining us. Good to see you, Bonzo, or Bonzo Law. Theresa says, hey, Tom. The Bob Awesomes is awesome. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Hamed says, hi from Germany. Welcome, everybody from Germany. I see Ken Kramer in the chat. Ken, it's going to be a busy week on Wall Street. So we got Apple, we got Microsoft. But besides those two companies, actually, surprisingly, you know, IBM also reports, which I think that may be a big disaster. But Caterpillar, I'm very interested to see how Caterpillar is going to report. Very interested. Chris L says, good night, Tom. Good night, Chris. Stephanie says, Tom, have you tried Blue Bottle Coffee? So I have. Blue Bottle Coffee is actually pretty good. Okay, so this is Mulberry Street. Paul Greenwell is joining us. Good to see you. Mets fan 1023 says, I like cherry pick when the market drops, get stocks at a discount for the most part. Inevitable rise back up again. Better than buying the high. Yeah, I mean, Mets fan. So I think a lot of people who have not been involved in the market for a long time, they're just so used to these V bottoms, right? So if you look at 2008, during the 2008 financial crisis, you had a big V bottom, and that was mainly caused by the Federal Reserve.
It's illegal to be fighting on the sidewalk. You got a ticket for that.
Mainly caused by the Federal Reserve, and the same thing that happened during the 2020 COVID sell-off. So it's trained a lot of investors to say, okay, anytime the market drops, I'm just going to buy the market, which, you know, historically is not the best idea. You know, if you look at the year 2000 after the tech wreck, you know, it took almost 14 years for the NASDAQ to breach new all-time record highs again. So I would say wait for something that's called a follow-through day. And we outline that in detail on this week's Behind the Street newsletter that will be sent out to everybody very soon, probably around 1 o'clock in the morning. British Gray, good evening. Time lapse, good to see you. GLYN, UK TV says hi, Paul. Hey, Colin is here again, says hi there from an even colder Canada. Carl Dominic TV, good to see you. Welcome, everybody. Roy S says, I like Blue Bottle Coffee and ground Central Coffee. I don't think I've ever had that. Vaquero says, hiya, Tom. I got cold only by watching. Or else we're close to Little Italy. James Davidson said, it's a very chilly night here in Miami. That it is. So we're about to cross Prince Street Pizza, which is a great spot. One of my favorite spots in New York. Cynthia Martinez is here. What's up, Cynthia? Cynthia is another viewer from the 305. Always good to see you. So this is the very famous Prince Street Pizza. Right here, one of my favorites. Or else is Tom, it's the same temperature in New York as it is in Central Florida. I'm not sure about that. Definitely not sure about that. But it's good to see you. Silvio, good to see you. So we're gonna make a left on Elizabeth Street and we're gonna continue to head back up to Washington Square Park. Karina Thompson is here. How are you, Karina? NMB 045 is here. What's up, NMB 045? Good to see you on this very cold and blustery night in Manhattan. Mail last night with the very interesting Max. If anybody doesn't know who Max Kaiser is, if you want to check out the Orange Pill podcast, very good show, very educational. I would highly advise and recommend everybody check that out. Ooh, so here's one of my favorite sort of fire escape setups. Check this out. Hey, Kirby F says hello from Vancouver Island, Canada. What is up, Kirby? Kirby F, good to see you. Cynthia Martinez is, what should I have for dinner? Well, I had Dig In, so I would say get something similar to that. So maybe some brown rice, some chicken, broccoli, cauliflower, something along those lines. If it were me, that's what I would say. As we are passing Tacombi, which is a Mexican restaurant here in New York. I've only been to the one on the Upper West Side, though. Hey, Prince Charming says hi, Tom. What's up, Prince Charming? Good to see you. RL says, is weed legal now in New York? I don't think it's legal, but I think it's decriminalized, which generally I agree with. Yeah, Cosmo, I just saw that too. It's just Nightbot spamming. I just saw like 20 million messages from Nightbot. Hey, Vegito14. I'm just gonna call you 14 if you don't mind. It says, where are you now, Tom? We are at Mott Street. We are here at Mott Street, but we are gonna be walking uptown towards Washington Square Park, NYU, New York University. Phil A says, hello from Canada, Saskatchewan. Stay safe, buddy. Thank you, Phil. Appreciate it. We're looking at a Tesla taxi. Ken Kramer says, Danny Mayo just invested $25 million in Tacombi. You know, the place was all right. The place was all right. Jake Gans says, snow looks pretty good. It might stick. We'll see. I have to take the train into the city tomorrow. Hopefully not into a lot of snow. 14 says, I'm by Bryant Park. I thought I'd find you here today. What's going on? Valentina says, why are you freezing outside, Tom? I'm not freezing. I think we'll get it done. But good to see you, Valentina. You know, we see a lot of these cars in Miami, these G-Wagons, I believe they're called. British Gray says the weather in Tampa, Florida is 54 degrees. Yeah, that's very cold for Tampa. British Gray. Stuart says we got a half an inch already here. You know, it is actually kind of sticking a little bit. I'm not sure if you guys could look on this guy's car right here. It is sticking a little bit. Josie, I see you, says hello. What's up, Josie? Ramsey says, hi guys, it's very hot. Valentina says, I hate the cold. So I don't mind the cold as long as it's not windy. Just as long as it's not windy. Hey, Chris Beeman says, hi Tom. Good to see you, Chris. Hope your foot is healing. Chris is our pal from Arizona. Mulberry and East Houston. Uh, 3030 Tom says, did you hear what happened in Harlem? I did hear what happened. It is so horrible. And thoughts and prayers to the families of the NYPD officers. Absolutely terrible. So I apologize for the wind noise again, everybody, tonight, but I do not have the mic. So we'll just have to make do with what we got. Valentina says, how was your week, Tom? Valentina, my week was very good. Looking forward to start this week. It's going to be a busy one between the financial markets, meeting with clients and everything. It's definitely going to be a busy week in general. Yeah, James Davidson says, RIP to that officer. Absolutely. It's horrible what happened. So horrible. NMB045 says, Tom, when is your 24/7 skate stream going to be back up? Very soon. Very, very soon. I'm not going to give an exact time frame, but let's just say it'll probably be back up within the next 2 weeks. So we're going to walk up here and then make a left and head to the one and only Washington Square Park. And this is my favorite coffee shop in the city, right here. Gasoline Alley Coffee. If you're ever in the city, you gotta stop at this place. Right here in NoHo. Very cool place. Anonymous dude says, Tom, what do you miss the most about New York City? I don't really miss anything about New York, because I'm not really going to be away from it for an extended period of time. So I'll split my time 50-50 between Miami and New York City. Wow, look at all the garbage. Hey, Marjan Worldwide says, what's up, Tom? What is up, Marjan? Good to see you here. Hope you're well. So I think if I put the camera up to the light, you guys could see the snow coming down. Stuart, what's going on, Stuart? Good to see you. Vaquero says, how do you spell the name of that coffee place? Gasoline Alley Coffee. Just as I would just sound it out like gasoline, like the fuel. Alley, like the alleyway, and then coffee, like coffee. Colin says there's even a bicycle on the wall.
So all my Supreme.
So this building in front of us right here is my favorite apartment building. It's extremely, extremely expensive, but you could almost see directly into the apartments. And the ceilings are so high, and they just look amazing in there. So I think if I ever had the money, I mean, these things are multi-millions of dollars, but I would love a place right here. And it's on the corner of Lafayette and Bond. This one right here. Hey, 4K City Walks is here. Pac-Man is here. Hey, Rock Band 5 Million. This is Tom. The city is quiet. Yeah, so usually, you know, we're walking around Midtown near, you know, Penn Station. We're walking around, you know, 42nd Street. That's where all the people are. But down here, especially at night, there's really not a lot of people on the street. And that's because these are mainly, you know, residential. It's not really a tourist attraction type place. You know, the people who are usually walking around in this area either live here or work here. It's not like walking around 34th Street or something like that. Laytha is in the snow, keeps people inside. It's good to see you, Laytha, as always. Mets fan 1023 says Sunday night as well. Work and school tomorrow. That's true. Good to see you, Mets fan. Thiago says, what's up, everybody? What's up, Thiago? From Brazil. This is also another one of my favorite buildings. Great Jones Street. Hey, Mount Up 716 says, hello, Tom and everybody. Have you visited the memorial for the police officer that was killed? I have not visited the memorial, but I did hear about it, and it's horrible. It's really, really horrible. He was a 22-year-old kid. You know, 22, you're still a kid in my eyes. It was just a tragic thing that happened. But I have not visited physically the memorial, no. So for all the police officers out there, the firemen, please stay safe and thank you for your service. We do appreciate it. We appreciate it very much. Hey, Cloudmaker says, hi, Tom. Do you like Galaxy Digital Holdings run by Michael Novogratz? Yeah, so Michael Novogratz, we've been talking about him for a very, very long time on the streams. So Michael Novogratz was originally a managing director at Goldman Sachs. So he was very, very high up at Goldman. And then he left to be a portfolio manager at Fortress Investments, a hedge fund here in New York City, which he was very, very successful there and minted himself a billionaire. And now he opened up his own digital asset firm called Galaxy Digital Assets. And the main reason why he did that is because, you know, if we want to talk about big institutional players getting into the cryptocurrency space, being able to buy and sell Bitcoin and Ethereum, you know, institutional money managers are not like me and you, where we're moving around sometimes only thousands of dollars. These institutions need the liquidity, or need to be able to have access to the liquidity to buy billions or multi-millions of dollars worth of these crypto assets. And I think that's why people like Michael Novogratz are starting to create these cryptocurrency focused on-ramps for institutional clients. So I think as the years go on, companies like his are going to be really, really important. Ooh, the snow's coming down like crazy. Companies like his are going to be really important. Ooh, the wind is picking up. For institutional adoption of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, for sure. Hey, Jerry's here. Says, hi all, how is everybody tonight? The snow in the city looks nice. Good to see you, Jerry. Mount Up 718. 716 says, yes, just a baby, absolutely heartbreaking. Terrible. 4K City Walks, good to see you. Gupta says, people living in the apartments, where are all the parked cars? Not a lot of people drive in Manhattan. Not a lot of people drive in New York. One of which including me. It's too expensive. The public transportation is very good in New York City, so there's really no need to drive. Hunter says, hey Tom, what's for dinner? What's up, Hunter? I went to Dig In tonight and I ate some chicken, some broccoli, and some cauliflower. What about you, Hunter? So this is a new place that just opened up near NYU. Spring Cafe Aspen. Hey, Robert Muhammad is here. Says, good evening, Tom. Hope all is well with you. I'm up in here tonight with you. What are your thoughts about the market volatility this week? So Muhammad, I think the market volatility is going to continue, mainly because it is earnings season. So we have a lot of major companies reporting earnings, one of which being Apple, Microsoft. And it's going to be important to really pay attention to the cloud growth at Microsoft. So Microsoft's cloud computing unit is called Azure, so they're Azure Cloud. So it's going to be really important to pay attention to that. And Apple, I think, this is just a guess, but there may be a possibility where Apple may signal a new product offering on their earnings report. And I think that may be some sort of augmented reality or virtual reality Apple glasses. So we'll see. So now we're outside of the NYU Stern building, or the Stern Business School here at NYU. Hey, BB223 says it's snowing. It is snowing here, right outside of the NYU Stern building. Hey, Barb says first time here. How long have you been doing this? So Barb, we usually go live around 5 days a week. We walk around New York City and Miami and talk about the financial markets and technology. Good to see you here, Barb. Hey, Shot by Scott says, I got some snow in my eye. What's up, Scott? Good to see you. Scott is another streamer from beautiful, sunny Florida. Mount Up 716 is not a lot of snow, but we got a couple inches here in Buffalo. Very cool. Hey, Marilyn says, I lived in the Village on Sullivan and Bleecker and West 3rd. Very cool. Deja Vu says Apple for digital healthcare. So one of the things I think we need to pay attention to this week as well is IBM. Because IBM just announced that they sold their healthcare Watson unit. And they're probably going to touch on that a little bit during the earnings report. Rock Band 5 Million says, will you ever come to the Upper East Side? Sure. Just not tonight. Hey, Steve says, Tom, would you rather be on Collins Avenue? What's up, Steve? I think maybe during this time of year, perhaps. Hey, Wolf says, I live in Midtown. I just found your channel. What is going on? Thank you for being here, Wolf. We are here outside of New York University. Hey, Derek says, I went to Stern. Nice to see it again. Hey, Derek, one of the people we talk about a lot on the channel is Professor Damodaran. So Aswat Damodaran is considered the Dean of Valuation. And he's a professor right here at NYU Stern Business School. So if you type !NYU in the chat, it'll actually drop a link to Damodaran's YouTube channel, where he gives in-depth explanations on how to build discounted cash flow models, on things like that. Very, very good professor to listen to for securities analysis. Wow, so cool. Derek says I took his class. That's awesome. How'd you like it, Derek? Hey, Henry Vargas is here. What's up, man? Says I love this chap. San Francisco, come by one day. So I definitely would like to go to San Francisco for sure. To check out the Salesforce Tower. One of my favorite software CEOs of all time, Mark Benioff, the CEO of Salesforce. Wolf Theta says I do options, mainly spreads for income. I make about $30,000 a month with a $100,000 portfolio. Well, congratulations. Congratulations. It's awesome. Bernard Friedman says if New York had a subtropical zone, more people would be in New York right now, but then again, it would be way more expensive. I think you're right, Bernard, and I always speculated that. I'm like, if New York had the climate, you know, of say maybe like a South Carolina, I think New York would probably even be more expensive than it is today. Gupta says, Tom, what is your view about cryptocurrency? Is it better than stocks? I wouldn't say any particular asset is better than another, but I would give a warning on cryptocurrencies as a whole, that the vast majority, especially the alternative coins, the vast majority of them are probably pump and dump style schemes. But Bitcoin I do own, and Ethereum I do own. I think those are probably the only two utilities that have any use case. But I think the number one use case for Bitcoin, and I think this is what a lot of analysts get wrong, especially like people like Peter Schiff, they're looking at Bitcoin from a standpoint of living in the United States, where we have access to transparent and open banking systems. You know, a lot of people across the world don't have that. A lot of people live in an environment where their currencies are in hyperinflationary collapse. And the vast majority of GDP is made up of remittances. So I think Bitcoin is a way to get around those egregious fees from Western Union and things like that. So for example, if you're, you know, from South America, you're working in New York City or in any really city or state in America, you know, 9 times out of 10 you send money back to your family in your home country, and that can be pretty costly. But if you do that in some sort of a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, you're probably going to be saving a lot of money. And also I see the value in unconfiscatable wealth, where you own your own private keys. Hey, Stephanie says, I can't believe they still have the tree lit up in the park. Manny is here, says, hello everybody from Argentina. What's up, Manny? Love Argentina. Obama says Turkey and Lebanon. Yeah, the Turkish lira is in hyperinflationary collapse versus the US dollar. Henry says, what's a good way to learn about stocks and investing for newbies? Well, I think there's a couple of books that I would recommend. I think one of the greatest books ever written on investments is Common Stocks and Uncommon Profits by Phil Fisher. And I think that's pretty much the only book you really need. But, you know, another book that I would read is Common Sense Investing by Jack Bogle or John Bogle. And Jack Bogle, unfortunately, he did pass away, but he is the creator and founder of Vanguard, which created the first index fund, which helped investors get exposure to the broader stock market with extremely low fees. Well, check out this shot with the Christmas tree and the Empire State Building in the back. That's awesome. Hey, Michelle McGraw is here. Says, good evening, Tom. Hope you're staying warm. Good to see you, Michelle. Barb says, what's the difference between crypto and Bitcoin? So they're the same thing, but Bitcoin is one of the many cryptocurrencies out there. But there's many cryptocurrencies. Henry Vargas says, thanks, I always wanted to get into the stock market. But Henry, for a more fundamental analysis, I definitely would check out Demodaran. And he's an actual professor at NYU, where you could actually learn the proper way to evaluate companies, how to discount their cash flows, because investing is all about just discounting cash flows into the future and figuring out the value of those cash flows. Latha says, that's just gorgeous. Good to see you, Latha. Shop by Scott says, I'm deaf an East Village guy, if not Bushwick or Brooklyn. Oh, so we have some snow sticking here on the ground. And in the background here, you could actually see the One World Trade Center. Solo 401 says, I just saw Spider-Man, Tom. I gotta check that out. Supposedly it's one of the best movies ever created. Hello everybody from Russia. Sabrina Fair is here. Good to see you, Sabrina Fair. Gerard says, hi Tom, how was your Sunday? What did you do all day? I took it easy today, studied and got ready for the week. I have a lot of meetings and presentations coming up. Hey, the ABX girl's here. Good to see you. Hunter says, top 3 tech companies to invest in, Tom. I won't disclose that. I won't give that out because I can't really telegraph and tell people what to buy or not to buy. But what I will say is if you're looking for a particular investment, what you really have to look for is a couple of factors. And number one, you want to look to invest in a company that is dealing in an expanding total addressable market, or a TAM. And you really want to look for something that is growing its compounded annualized growth rate at least 25% per annum. Because on Wall Street, what a lot of money managers look for is earnings stability. So how is the stability of those earnings and those revenues? Hey, Ruby Falcone, good to see you. Gupta says, Tom, is it worth holding Shiba Inu long term? I would never put my hard-earned money in something like that. Yeah, I'm surprised that they have the Christmas tree up too. Hey, Roy is here, says hello everybody. Happy Sunday evening. What is up, Roy? We are here at Washington Square Park near NYU. Wolf Theta says, this channel is awesome. Well, thank you for being here, Wolf. You're awesome as well. Sabrina Fair says, yes, Tom has a performer's voice. Thanks, Sabrina. Rita Connors, hey Rita, says, is the snow sticking? So a little bit. I'm not sure if you guys could see this. Well, this is actually salt. So here in New York and pretty much across the nation, I think in other countries too, we put down salt on the ground so the snow doesn't stick. But if you look at the grass or the lawn here, I think it's actually sticking quite a bit. DJ says, have you been to Little Island, Tom? Not yet, DJ, but definitely we will do that at some time. Steven says, I borrowed $30,000 to buy Shiba Inu coin. Well, good luck. Wow, check this out. I think this is a good shot. If you look hard enough or close enough, I'm not sure how good it comes out on the stream, but you could actually see the World Trade Center in the back. Wolf Theta says, Tom, is there any chance this week you will be headed to Wall Street for a live stream? Absolutely. We will be streaming from the New York Stock Exchange. Wolf Theta. Anonymous dude is here. What's up, anonymous dude? Wow, this is so sick. Checking this out. And if you look to the right, this is actually a pile of Christmas trees that are going to be disposed of pretty quick. Bernard Friedman says, Tom, does it ever say caution, watch the ice on the buildings? A couple of them do. A couple, especially during like office hours, it does. Thiago from Brazil says it's snowing a lot. BB223 says, I love New York. Question mark says, is it better to invest in real estate properties or in stocks? I don't think there's an either or. I think you should probably be in both. You know, there's definitely advantages to investing in one or the other. You know, a lot of real estate investors tend to invest in real estate or apartment buildings or even single family homes for the cash flows and the equity build. So for example, if you can, you know, use leverage or debt from a bank at a low interest rate to borrow, let's say 80% of the value of that house, and have the tenants pay it off, you know, that's a pretty good return on investment. Hey Chris, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Says, are you dressed appropriately or properly tonight? Chris, I am dressed properly. I do have a very good coat on and such. So thank you for the support, Chris. It means a lot. And I hope your foot feels better. Hey, Spontaneous, good to see you. Hey, Starvin' Artist is here. Says, hello, Tom, and everybody. Snowing here, too. Good to see you, Starvin' Artist. So we're going to start to walk back uptown near 34th Street, Penn Station. But Chris, thank you for the support, and I really do hope that your foot feels better. Hey, Nicole is here. Says, hello, Tom. Hope you had a good day so far. I hope the same for you, too. Ooh, Chris says you may go back to work tomorrow. Very cool. So this is West 8th Street, walking uptown. Eighth Street is a cool street if you look down. Jay Bless says, hey, Snow, I see. Good to see you. Lockshy says, are you using an iPhone for streaming? I am. I am using an iPhone 11 for streaming. Hey, Miguel says, hello, Tom. What do you think about investing in Forex? So, Miguel, I think if you're a retail investor, a retail trader, the vast majority of people have no business in trading currencies. The vast majority of people out there that are retail, let's quote unquote retail traders, not institutional traders, that are trading Forex are really just promoting sort of like pyramid schemes, MLM schemes, which is really disingenuous and I would say rather unethical. So I would probably stay away from that altogether. Because anybody who's familiar with financial markets, who's ever worked in, you know, maybe sales and trading, at an investment bank or at a hedge fund, you understand trading currencies implies a lot of leverage. And the last person who needs to be using a lot of leverage is a retail trader. It's a good way to blow up your account. And there's really no need to anyway. You know, if you're just starting out in investing, unless you have a really, really good understanding and a good grasp of, you know, global macro concepts, I think your probability of success is probably pretty low. So I would probably just stay clear. Ooh, that guy, I thought he was gonna fall off his bike. Hey, Santo A is here. Says, Tom, when was the last time you walked in the snow? 2 days before Thanksgiving. 2 days before Thanksgiving, it was snowing. Colin says, hey, Tom, where are you from originally? New York. Hey, Pamela's here. Hey, Pamela. Says, hi, Tom. How are you? The snow is beautiful there today. Yeah, the snow is nice to see once in a while. Whoa, check out all this recycling here. That's a lot. I see Roy in the chat. What's up, Roy? So you know what I may do? I'm gonna go up to 23rd Street and we're gonna make a right, because you're gonna see the most amazing view of the Empire State Building. DJ says, do you think we are in a real estate bubble here in Florida? Well, I mean, what I think about the housing market is this, right? You know, we've seen prices go up significantly. And I think that's caused by one of two things. Number one, artificially low interest rates and the Federal Reserve continuously buying mortgage-backed securities, which is beyond me. Oh, I think they're filming like a thing for class. So number one, the thing that's driving this housing market is artificially low interest rates, right? So for example, when I bought my property in Southern Florida, I got like a 3% interest rate, which is really crazy, because if you think about the CPI print we just got, which is right around 7.1, that means I got my money for free. Like, they gave me money for free, factoring in inflation. And number two, there is a shortage of supply on the market of single family homes. And I think that's for a number of reasons. And the number one reason that I could think of, it's who wants to move during a global pandemic. You know, even if your property values have gone up 3-4x in the last 10 years, the people who sell right now for a profit, you got to live somewhere. So they have to enter this crazy market where people are, you know, bidding over ask. So people would rather just stay put. So we have an extreme lack of supply with artificial demand created by the Federal Reserve, leaving interest rates near zero, and their continuous purchases of mortgage-backed securities. So if you think that's a bubble, then I would say yeah. But I think the bubble can go on for a lot longer than people can expect or could predict. So check out this view from 5th Avenue and 12th Street of the Empire State Building. Beautiful here. Hey, it's my favorite person. We got Faith in the chat. Hey, Faith. Good to see you, Faith. DJ says, I looked at a house in Boca Raton yesterday. Seller says 80% were people coming through from New York. Wow. Well, I mean, that sounds about right. Boca Raton is a lot of New Yorkers, people from California, people from Boston. ASMR says, I love the snowing. Good to see you, ASMR. Yarrow says, do you think cold weather builds character? I do think cold weather builds character. You know, it's not every day is going to be 75 and sunny. You got to get through the crazy days. Hey, Pierre says, hello from Quebec. Good to see you, Pierre. I see Layda, I see Faith, I see Roy, I see Bernard Friedman, and I see Alan Wilson. Good to see you, Alan. Alan Wilson says, Tom, didn't you move during the pandemic? So I did, but I am 26 years old, right? So I'm at extremely, extremely low risk for contracting the virus. But let's say if you're a senior citizen, you know, and you could sell your house for a $500,000 profit. Now you have to worry about moving. You have to worry about people walking through your house, showing it during an open house. Do you really want to do that during a global pandemic? Or do you just kind of want to ride it out? Right? And that's exactly what the data has been showing. The vast majority of people that have been moving are actually of working age millennials and Gen Z. Sabrina Fair says, a friend just accepted a job in Florida. Home prices have tripled. A decent home a decade ago sold for $225,000, now $699. Yeah, that's a little crazy. He's paying $699 for a starter home. I don't know if I would ever do that. Hey. But I think I could probably, well, I know you can. You could find starter homes in Southern Florida for around like $350, $450. Hey, Michael says, Tom, futures are up so far. Yeah, before I started streaming, I believe the E-mini futures contract for the S&P 500 was up fractionally. But, you know, one of the things we have to realize is that during bear markets, you usually see a lot of gap opens. So you have a gap up, and then it sells off into the midday trading and into the close. So we'll watch that. 65 says very cold weather is preferable to very hot weather any day. Snow lover in Northeast Ohio here. Yeah, I mean, snow is cool every once in a while. I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. 65, good to see you from Ohio. So 65, we were actually just talking about Ohio yesterday on the stream because Intel is planning to invest $50 billion into a new semiconductor manufacturing plant in Ohio. Wada says, hi, my husband Naveen and I are watching all the way from Trinidad. Hey guys, thank you for watching, and I hope you had a great weekend. Welcome to all of our friends in Trinidad and Tobago. Very cool. So we will make a right here and walk all the way over to Union Square, 14th Street, Union Square. Faith says, I love the snow. What's up, Faith? Hey, War Walker's here. What's up, War Walker? Hey, Lupe is here from Oklahoma. Lupe is our moderator for the channel. Rodney Lucas, good to see you. Hey, Michael Jr. says, I am going back tomorrow morning. What's up, Michael? Shot by Scott says, it's my second favorite park. Scott, what's your first favorite? Let me guess. Central Park? That's my first favorite too. Elon Musk says, Tom, have you invested in real estate? I have, Elon Musk. Love the username. What about you, Phelon? Lupe says, we love you, Tom. We love you too, Lupe. Hey, Lifestyle with Chef. This is great energy. Good to see you. Ooh, Shot by Scott says Washington Square Park. That's a good park too. In the summer, that place is rocking. Samantha J says, hi, Tom and everybody. Last year, skateboarding through Washington Square Park, I ate it really, really bad. We weren't streaming, but this was just during my free time. It was not a good sight. Elon Musk says, I didn't have the guts to go into the real estate business. That's okay. No big deal. Don't stress. Hey, Javis is here. Says, really want to visit. You got to come to New York. We'd love to have you. And when you come to New York, you got to jump on this bus here that's stuck in the middle of the intersection. MELC 9791 says, watching from sunny, hot, and humid Melbourne. Oh, awesome. Australia, very cool. Good to see you. Diago Salas says, hi, Tom. Diego from Costa Rica. What's up, Diego? Michael says, I am a manager at Whole Foods in Union Square. Oh, dude, that's so sick. If you come by Tuesday, Tom, I'm there. I'm there. I manage the produce department. Oh, dude, that's so cool. That's a great company to work for. So as we know, Whole Foods was acquired by Amazon. And one of our viewers in the chat is actually the manager of this Whole Foods. That is so sick. Well, I'll show you. Let's take a look at it. We won't go in. I think it's closed, but we'll take a look at it. Yeah, Michael Jr. says they provide great benefits. I could imagine. That's a great spot you got, dude. 789 says was in the US for 25 years. Never was in New York. Is this truck? I think they just parked this van here, or this truck, and just left it. Shot by Scott says, where did you wipe out in the park, Tom? In the fountain? So not in the fountain. I was actually filming some footage on my GoPro. And I was going around a corner and I hit this rock, and it was just a complete full stop on a skateboard, and I went forward and it wasn't good. Michael Jr. says, yes, they do 401k, dental, vision, company shares, and employee assistance program. That's the way to do it. You got to take advantage of that employee stock purchase program. Hey, Lifestyle with Chef says, I am a chef at the Whole Foods in Albany, New York. Hey, we got the whole Whole Foods crew in here. That's awesome. NNB045 says, oh my God, I'm glad you're okay, Tom. Be careful. So it's funny. I think this on the, maybe only Sunshine After Rain would remember this, but it was one of the first live streams we ever did on this channel. Oh, you know what? I think Solo401 is going to remember this. This is one of the first live streams we ever did on the channel. We were skateboarding through Chinatown, and I got hit by a car. And this was one of the first streams we did, and I got hit by a car on stream. It wasn't bad. It just, he literally ran over the skateboard. But I think Solo401 was there at that time. Hey, Eric is here, says, I am a custodian at the New York Public Library. The pay is not great, but the benefits are also great. So Eric, do you work at the Steven Schwartzman building? If so, that's awesome. That's one of my favorite buildings in all New York City, is that Steven Schwartzman building, New York Public Library right there on 5th Avenue. Hey, Andy is joining us from South Korea. What's up, Andy? Hope you're well. Hey, Sean Brown. Hey, Sean. Thank you so much for the $2 donation. Says, I love this channel. Joe's Pizza is the best in New York City. Sean, I think I'm going to have to give some pushback on that. I appreciate the donation, but Joe's is all right. It's not the best, but it is a decent spot. But thank you, Sean. I appreciate you very, very much. And I'm glad you're enjoying the streams. Sunshine after rain. So true. Hey, XOXX Bob says, hey Tom, how cold is it there? It will be 36 degrees here at sunrise in Orlando, Florida, under a freeze warning in the low 40s in Miami. Whew. I think it's probably what, like 28 degrees here in New York? What do you guys think? The comments are going fast. Daniel Rodriguez says, hello, greetings from El Salvador. Welcome everybody from El Salvador. Good to see you. CHR92 says, hi, are you required to show New York City COVID at the airport? I'm not sure at the airport, but if you want to eat indoors, you need to show the vaccination stuff. Kimmy G is here. Good to see you, Kimmy G. Yuchin Lu says, what is the best snow square view in New York City? Oh, what's the best snow view? I would say probably from, if you go into the Deutsche Bank Towers and you overlook through that little atrium there, that's probably the best view to see snow. Ooh, Sean Brown, thank you so much for the donation, $2 donation. Says, what is the best pizza spot in New York? So if you want to get the absolute best pizza in New York, you got to venture outside of Manhattan, and you have to go to Brooklyn, and you have to go to DeFara. It's called DeFara Pizza, and it is phenomenal. Whew, it's getting cold, guys. Getting cold. Hey, Kimmy G says, Tom, you're back just in time for the snow. So true, Kimmy. Hey, I see Melee here. What's up, Melee? Hope you had a good Sunday. Melee. I see Jay. John L says, market may rally this week on Microsoft earnings Tuesday and Apple earnings Thursday. Yeah, so we will see. But you know, now that the major indices are below all their major moving averages, any rally into those moving averages is going to act as resistance, and we may roll over. But we'll see. We'll see. So we're going to have to watch it. We're definitely going to have to watch it. But besides Microsoft and Apple, IBM is reporting. But also besides IBM, that I'm really interested and going to pay a lot of attention to is Caterpillar, ticker symbol CAT. I think Caterpillar is going to be a real tell as to the health of the manufacturing sector. Construction, heavy equipment, infrastructure plays, things like that. So how are infrastructure projects rolling out? Any new contracts, new equipment being purchased? Shot by Scott says, Tom, are you sure your last name isn't Buffett? I am sure. Hey, Mercury X says, are you on your skateboard tonight? Mercury X, not tonight. It is snowing out. But Mercury X, long time no see. It's good to see you, and I hope you're having a great weekend so far. Hey, Pablo is here. What's up, Pablo? Good to see you, Pablo. Hey, Penelope is here. Says, evening, Tom. Penelope is our good friend from the one and only Tennessee. Hope you're well, Penelope. Yeah, Bonzo also says, skateboarding on an icy ground. Not a good look. Hey, Wolf Theta says, thanks for making my night, even though I live here. Well, thank you for joining, Wolf Theta. Hopefully we see you back on another live stream very soon. Theta is the time decay on the option. Hey, Aaron Pro says, good evening, Tom, and welcome. What's up, Aaron? XOXX Bob says, Tom, when will you be back in Florida? So it looks like I'm going to be staying in New York City for about a week, but it's to be determined. So tomorrow's going to be a really, really busy day. I got to be back and forth for a couple meetings here, and then I got to go out to dinner with some clients at a place called 5 Napkin Burger, and everybody in the chat says it's horrible. So I'm not looking forward to that actually now. Hey, Michael Johnson says, hey Tom, great snow, a lot of new cat equipment rolling into the copper mines in Arizona. Well, Caterpillar is reporting earnings this week. And, you know, with a lot of the talk about the infrastructure bill that's going to be rolled out, I think it's going to be really important to pay attention to Caterpillar. Hey, Fresh Start. What's up, Fresh Start? Says hi, Tom. Happy Sunday, Fresh Start. All right, we're gonna cross the street and you guys are gonna see an amazing, amazing view of the Empire State Building. This is one of my favorite spots to take a look at the Empire. Check it out. Hey, DJ Gaz says you'll get phone calls at that restaurant from viewers tomorrow. Very cool. Look, if it's good, I'll tell you guys if it's good. I've never been there before, but the viewers tonight were hammering it on it. You guys were ripping on that thing tonight. Sunshine after rain says gorgeous view. Hey, Kyle is here. What's up, Kyle? Says that is stunning. NMB 045 says the copper will serve the EVs, I guess. Yeah, copper goes in the EVs. Chris L says my grandma retired from a copper mine in Globe, Arizona. Very cool. Well, tell her I said enjoy her retirement. She earned it for sure. Hey, I see George Rodriguez. Good to see you, George. Wolf Datus's rent is so expensive, I know. Mariel Vega says, hi, see you from Honduras. Very cool. Thank you for joining. Hope everything is going well with you in Honduras. Jonathan France, the one and only, says good evening. What's up, Jonathan? Cynthia Martinez says Holland Tunnel. I'm not sure we'll be going to the Holland Tunnel tonight. Maybe another day on the stream we'll go to the Holland Tunnel. I see WDJE TV15 says happy 2022 from Ohio. Hey, we have a lot of viewers from Ohio tonight. Maybe that's because yesterday's stream we were talking about Ohio specifically because Intel announced that it will be investing $50 billion in Ohio into a semiconductor chip manufacturing facility. So congratulations everybody who lives in Ohio for that. Andrew, what's up, Andrew? Daryl says Chicago, Illinois had a few inches of snow today, Tom. Good to see you, Daryl. Laytha says I love this view. Isn't it the best? I should record this and then just play it on like an endless loop with some music in the background. Hey, Square Bet says, Tom, Taiwan Semiconductor is building a big plant in Phoenix. Yeah, I mean, as a lot of these semiconductor companies look to diversify the supply chain, you know, and I think it's a good thing. And I think that finally Joe Biden and everybody in Washington acknowledges that it is a national security threat, this global supply chain shortage. So if you guys look right here where it says beer, wine, coffee, right to the right, this is actually the very top of the Chrysler building. So you can see just the top right here. Hey Mars says, I'm singing in the rain. Sophia A, what is going on, Sophia A? It looks like the snow is sticking a little bit on these tables here. Hey, Anonymous Dude 123. So what I like even more than the Empire State Building, well, let's not say more. I think this clock tower here is gorgeous, especially in the snow. Hey, Marilyn says, if you could meet any 3 people in the tech or financial world, who would you choose? So probably Elon Musk, Mark Benioff, and let's say Stanley Druckenmiller. Hey, Jason. Thank you so much, Jason, for the $5 donation. Jason says, greetings from Colorado. Hope to visit New York City someday. Really enjoy being there vicariously. Thank you. Hey, Jason, thank you for the support on the channel. Appreciate it very, very much. So tonight, everybody, right around, well, I would say tomorrow, right? It's more technical. So tomorrow, right around 1 o'clock in the morning, I will be sending out the Behind the Street newsletter to everybody. So if you want to sign up for the free financial newsletter that is written by myself, if you check the link in the description where it says sign up here for the Behind the Street newsletter, or you could type !news in the chat and the Nightbot will drop the link where you could sign up for free. Hey, Bobby Yaga says, hi, Tom. You are one classy guy, hugs a granny with 5 grandkids. Wow, what a blessing. 5 grandkids is a blessing, so I hope you enjoy them. Rock Band 5 Million says, excellent restaurant in the clock tower. There's a restaurant up there? I didn't know that. I didn't know that there was a restaurant there. That's awesome. We'll have to check that out. DJ says, Tom, have you ever been in one of those super multi-million dollar apartments? I have not. I have not. But I have seen them through YouTube, and they look pretty crazy. Hey, Tanya S is here. Says, hey, Tom, how is everybody? Good to see you, Tanya. Hey, Bart, thank you so much for the $5 donation. Says, say hi to my son, Eduardo in Ecuador. Oh, in Brazil. Sorry. Love your channel, Bart. Good to see you. And Eduardo, wishing you well here from New York City. Hopefully you guys from Brazil can visit New York one of these days, and thank you for watching. So Eduardo, thank you for watching. Okay, let's cross the street. I'm just trying to figure out which is the best way to go here. Hey, Patty Benti says, hi, Tom from Italy. Welcome everybody from Italy. That's awesome. Good to see you. So I'll show you guys the Flatiron building, but it is unfortunately covered in scaffolding. So this is the Flatiron building right here. Yeah, apologize everybody, but the snow may be covering up the camera a little bit. Hey, Sophia A says New Jersey is very beautiful to go to. It is. So during the pandemic, I actually went to Hoboken, New Jersey quite a bit. Ooh, the wind is starting to pick up, guys. Hey, Santa Monica Rodriguez is here. What's up, Santa Monica? Good to see you. Hope you're well. Francisco GM says, hi, everybody from Chile. We had a wonderful beach day today. That's awesome. Sophia A says, do you know Alabama? Yes, I've definitely heard of it. It is one of the 50 states. Hey, Penelope says, the Flatiron Building is my favorite in New York. So maybe we'll take a quick walk to the Hudson Yards tonight. I think the Hudson Yards would look awesome in the snow. So this is the Smith. Which is a very good restaurant. Well, I shouldn't say very good, it's decent. Hey, James Davidson, good to see you. This is Tom, you do a lot of walking, which is good exercise. Yeah, I think if we could walk maybe like 2 or 3 hours a night, I think that's going to be good for the cardiovascular system there, you know? Sorry if I can't read the comments right now, just the wind, the front of my screen is all water. I have to wipe it off. Hey Christina, this is Tom. Where are you going next in the world? Must be all those great investments in Qualcomm or Bitcoins. Hi Christina. I think I just want to stay between New York City and Miami. I think these are my favorite 2 places on earth. So just a quick tip for anybody, if you're trying to get around New York City in the snow, never take a scooter or a skateboard. Very bad. Lupe. So funny. Ignacio says, hello, greetings from Chile. Next week we are traveling to New York. Awesome, man. You're gonna love it. You are gonna love it. Devon Avery. How are you, Devon Avery? All right, I'll read some of the comments. Devon Avery says, looks a little cold in Miami. Hey, what's up, man? Deja Vu says, would you recommend mining crypto or precious metals? Mining precious metals. I mean, if you have a gold mine, you could dig up some gold. Well, I think if you want to start mining, let's say, for example, Bitcoin, I think for an individual to do that, I don't think it's going to be profitable. You know, a lot of the hash rate comes from these very, very large Bitcoin mining farms. So I think for an individual to do that, it may not be profitable. Hey, Tanya S., thank you so much for the $10 donation, Tanya. I appreciate you very much. Says, hey, Tom, get some warm drink. Thank you, Tanya. Appreciate it. It is 32 degrees tonight in New York City. You know what? I think my phone is going to malfunction here a little bit. So I'll take you guys to the new Moynihan train station and we'll warm up for a bit. And you guys are going to love this because the new Moynihan train station is now open. So in the whole bottom of the place, there's bars, there's restaurants. It's really, really cool. And I think you guys are going to like it. So we'll check that out tonight. But Tanya S., thank you so much. Hey, Ivory says, that doesn't look like South Beach. What is up, Ivory? But Tanya S. and everybody, thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Okay, this is going to be another amazing view of the Empire State Building right here from Koreatown, West 32nd Street and Broadway. This is one of the best views you will ever see. And I think it's going to look even more amazing now that it's snowing out. As you can see, there's snow on the ground here. But check it out. Doesn't it look good? So while we're here, walking through the snow, we'll take one walk around Koreatown. Koreatown is one of my favorite places to go. A lot of good bakeries. This place is good for like boba. If anybody's had bubble tea, the place is called Tiger Sugar. Cosmo, you've probably been here, right? This place? This place is very good. Veronica says, Tom, don't walk so fast. I can't help it. I'm going to try to slow down. Hey, Dan says, Tom, you're being a warrior tonight. Brave the cold. What's up, Dan? Thank you for joining, Dan Gilman. Mercury X is New York in the winter at its finest. Yeah, Tiger Sugar is very, very good. Caleb says, have you heard of the Archer Hotel in New York City? I have not, but then again, I don't really stay in too many hotels here. But I will try to look it up. I'll try to Google it. So since it's Sunday night, Koreatown is mostly closed for the night, but it is still cool to walk around here. I really do enjoy Koreatown. Ooh, Shop by Scott says, Tom, wait till we walk around the Design District in Miami. You're gonna love it. Fantastic bubble tea. Scott, I'm ready, man. I'm excited too. So check this view out. Hey, Kim Grant is here. What's up, Kim? Kim Grant, good to see you. Lupe says, I almost met Tom in January. He was live by Bryant Park. I tried to catch up to him, but he was so fast. Sorry about that, Lupe. Lupe, you should have dropped the message in the chat. I would have waited up. Kim Grant is just hanging with my favorite online people. Same here. Hey, Blondie says, hey, Tom, how are you? We're doing good. We're just walking around New York City in the snow tonight, briefly talking about the financial markets. Big week in earnings on the street. Somebody says, best place to eat in Koreatown. So if you're looking to not spend a lot of money, this place is really good. Food Gallery 32. It's not just one place, but there's tons and tons of small restaurants in there where you could go to eat. But if you're really looking to blow it out, like if you want to visit New York with your friends, your family, and you're really looking to blow it out, I would go to this place up here called Baekjeong. And it is by far my favorite Korean barbecue place. And it's a really, really cool experience. It's awesome. But in general, if you're visiting New York, you gotta come to Koreatown. This is one of the most fun places in the city by far. Hey, Lady O says, hey, Tom and crew. It's snowing by me too. What is up, Lady O? Lady O is our moderator from New Jersey. Hey, Mr. Cold says, good to see you, Mr. Cold. Penelope says, Tom, sweet tea all the way here in Tennessee. Yarrow says, have you been to Wynwood yet, Tom? One of the highlights when I visited Miami. So we haven't been to Wynwood just yet, but when I get back to Miami, that's one of the first places we're gonna go, is Wynwood. It's supposed to be beautiful, beautiful there. So these are the main two Korean barbecue places in Koreatown. The first one is Love Korean Barbecue, but there's actually a better one right next door to it called Baekjeong. Mike C says, is it me or are there more comments when in New York City? Yes. That is correct. Because YouTube, really, the algorithm goes off by search. So a lot more people search for, let's say, New York City than they do Chicago or something like that, or Miami. Dan Gilman says, Apple earnings this week will be interesting as always. Yep, earnings season is well underway. Great place, Korean barbecue, Baekjeong. And I think I see Maria from Spain. Welcome, Maria. I'll give you guys one more look at the Empire State Building. Beautiful view from here. Maria says hello from Spain. Good to see you. Faith says the best Thai food. So one of my really, really good friends owns a Thai food restaurant here in New York City. It's called Sen, S-E-N-N. And it's on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. You have to check it out. Hey, Mars, this is Tom. Good to see you. Hey, photos from around New York. What is going on? Faith says, where is the good Thai food? So if you Google Sen, S-E-N-N, it is a Thai food restaurant on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. And one of my really good friends owns the restaurant. It's fantastic. Hey, Manny says, nice view, mate. Good to see you, Manny. I'm not sure if you guys could see it on your end, but on my end, the snow is coming down a little bit in the shot. Thank you, photos from around New York. Appreciate it. Lady O says, Tom, did you adapt quickly to the weather in New York? So I think I did. It's not too bad as long as it's not windy. So we'll do this tonight, everybody. Since it's Sunday, let's walk to the Hudson Yards, because I think the Hudson Yards is going to look really, really good in the snow. And then, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Well, right now we are walking back through Koreatown. Deja vu. This is buffering. Yeah, we may be buffering a little bit here. Ooh, Lord, yeah, Gaudi says try Coty. I have. That place is great. Really, really expensive, but that place is phenomenal here. That place is really good. Hey, Robert Parker's here. What's up, Robert? Says, Tom, does your friend own the Thai place on the Upper West Side? Yes, she does.
Just don't start.
And it's a very good place. There's actually 2 Thai food restaurants right next to each other. One is Sen, and then the other one is called Land, L-A-N-D. This is a good chicken spot right here. It's called BBQ Chicken. This is a good spot as well. Crazy says, Tom, what do you think about electric car futures? Electric car futures? Do you mean the futures of electric cars? Or are you talking about like futures contracts? Because I don't know if there's futures contracts for electric cars, but I'm bullish on the future of EVs. But many countries, more specifically like Norway, is way ahead of the United States in terms of EV adoption. And the reason for that is because the government has been really, really pushing subsidies for EVs. Even, the United States does give subsidies to, let's say Tesla and things like that. If we really want to take things seriously about really pushing the EV narrative and not forcing, but encouraging people to buy EVs, there needs to be more subsidies. But again, that's very controversial, but that's my view. Hey, Jeff is here. Says, good evening, Tom, from Altoona, Pennsylvania. What's up, Jeff? All right, so now we are here, just exiting Koreatown, and we are going to be walking up towards Herald Square. Hey, Frank says, how's it going tonight, bro? It's going good, Frank. Hope your weekend went all right. Blondie says, hey, Tom, what is your favorite city? New York or Miami? I don't think I can choose. I think I like Miami and New York. I think those are the 2 greatest cities for me. So for my personality, for my business, I think New York City and Miami are the 2 greatest places to be. Hey, Frank says, Tom, I'm from West Virginia. Awesome. Welcome, everybody from West Virginia. Good to see you. Face says, Tom, sing karaoke. I think you guys would be severely disappointed if I did that. Hey, Frank says, today is my birthday. I'm 54 today. Everybody, let's get a happy birthday in the chat for Frank. Might as well, right? What the heck? It's Sunday, Frank's birthday. We're hanging out in the snow. Happy birthday, Frank. Wolf Theta says great company but bad dividends with Apple. Well, the vast majority of companies that are in growth mode do not issue dividends. You know, usually it's actually a bad sign if a company has a really, really high dividend yield. That probably means you probably shouldn't buy the stock. You know, look at a company like AT&T. They have a really, really high dividend yield, but the stock has been going down for the past 10 years. You know, think about it. Why would a company want to return value to shareholders in the form of a dividend when they're in growth mode? When you're trying to grow a company, every single last dime you make should be going back into the company in the form of research and development or something like that. And that's why a lot of growth stocks do not issue dividends. And it's also, dividends are not an effective way to return value to shareholders because dividends are taxable events. And that's why a lot of the people that are on board of directors of companies, a lot of the times, especially now, they've been shifting over to stock repurchase programs in substitute of dividends. Hey, Morris says, I'm a very busy person, but I can't resist your charm. I mean, your live streaming. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And I hope you're having a good Sunday. So we are right outside Macy's on 34th Street. Okay, we may start to buffer a little bit, but I want to show everybody the Moynihan train station because it is looking beautiful tonight. Hey, USA Vlogs says hi. How are you? Good to see you. Hey, Marty Lewis is here. What's up, Marty? Good to see you. NMB045 says, Tom, no motorcycle show for Frank's birthday. Not tonight. I mean, unless the Miami folks want to come up and start doing some burnouts on the stream. Yeah, Lost in the Curve says subsidies have been given to oil companies. Ooh, before I forget, everybody, one of the key things I'm going to write about, or what I did write about this week in the Behind the Street newsletter, which is so important, and nobody's talking about this. And look, it may be something big, it may not be anything, but there's something fishy going on that I wanted to bring to everybody's attention. And that is the Chinese commercial paper market. Something is not right in the Chinese commercial paper market, and I did an in-depth analysis. One of my good friends brought this to my attention about 2 weeks ago, Jim Ropel, and we were looking at the commercial paper market. He's like, Tom, take a look at this. Something is not right here. So if you want to find out more about that, it'll be in the Behind the Street newsletter. You could sign up for free, but something is not right in the Chinese commercial paper market, and it's signaling Armageddon. And you know me, I'm a very positive person, but it's just something is not adding up here, because it's literally the commercial paper market is going to zero. So we'll talk about that a little later. I thought it was interesting. But we are right outside of the Long Island Railroad. This is where I go to head home. Obama says, yup. So this is the very old entrance to the Long Island Railroad. Ladio, we are not ending the stream. We are going to go to the one and only Moynihan train station, and then we're going to check out beautiful Hudson Yards tonight. Sabrina Fair says, I think China Uncensored talked about it too. Collapsing the global economy is the goal. Hey, Cad Wade says, hey Tom, how have you been? I've been really good. It is a blustery and snowy night here in New York. I kind of want to walk down there, but then again, I don't want to buffer. So we'll stick it out a little bit more outside as we head to the Moynihan train station. But hopefully we don't buffer when we get to the Moynihan train station, because it's absolutely gorgeous in the basement. And I really want to show you guys, but oftentimes we do not have any luck with streaming in the new train station. Obama says, no joke, stock up on food, truckers in Canada having problems. Yeah, so what is going on with that? And I know that, maybe NNB 045 can provide a little bit more clarity on that. But I believe there's a big protest going on in Canada with all of the truckers protesting the mandates. But I'm not too sure what exactly is going on there. So maybe if somebody from Canada wants to chime in. Hey, AVO22 says, greetings from West Virginia. What is going on? Cynthia Beale says, Canada trucker convoy protests over the mandates. Bob, what's up? So XXO Bob, where do you live again? I think you're from Florida, right? Hey, Cloudmaker, thank you so much for the $7 Canadian donation. I appreciate you very much. Says, enjoy your evening. Thank you, Cloudmaker. Appreciate it very much. Thank you, Cloudmaker, for the donations. I appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the channel. So we have a lot of Canadian viewers on the Walks on Wall Street stream. So we appreciate all of our buddies and our neighbors to the north. Canada is a beautiful place. And hopefully, everybody, hopefully, I can get back to Toronto pretty soon. It's a great city, but with the big C, it's been difficult. So check out the post office, 33rd Street, 8th Avenue. And this is where we're gonna go, right into the new train station. But this is Madison Square Garden, where the New York Knicks play. And I think the New York Knicks had a game tonight. Hey, Wolf Theta says, I'm originally from Brampton, Ontario. Awesome. Very cool. Okay, we're gonna cross the street and hopefully we don't buffer. So we'll see. You know what? We're gonna go into the post office way because you guys are gonna love the architecture here. You guys are gonna really, really enjoy it. And then we're gonna head downtown. Not downtown, downstairs. So does this view look familiar to anybody? This is where we usually start our streams. We have a really good view of the Empire State Building right here. Hey, Blondie says, thanks for the tour of New York. Never been there. Enjoy seeing the city. Thank you. All right. Let's test it out, everybody. Please let me know if we start to buffer. But we have to be quiet because we have to be very quiet in here. But check out the architecture. Lupe is like, everybody shh. All right. Office, Penn Station. Take a look at the ceiling. Beautiful. Isn't it amazing in here? Look at the detail on the ceiling. Okay, now we are going to head towards the Moynihan train station. Faith says Tom is doing the Pink Panther. Pac-Man, so funny. Pac-Man, good to see you. Long time no see. Okay, so this is overlooking the main sort of balcony here at the Moynihan. So everybody goes down into these. So the train tracks are directly below us. And the vast majority of passengers are either in the Long Island Railroad or the Amtrak. So this is the waiting room down here of the Long Island Railroad, but right up here is the brand new waiting room for the Amtrak train. So Robert Parker, I'm not sure if it's open 24 hours. That I'm not sure. But this is what it's going to look like when it's totally complete. So you're going to be able to eat on the roof here. It's going to be gorgeous, this place. All right, so let's make our way. Lady O says, how about New Jersey Transit? No New Jersey Transit here, unfortunately. But maybe some other time. But if you guys see, you see where these people are eating? All behind here, these walls, are going to be restaurants. So like bars, restaurants, but they're not open yet. But if we look downstairs, it is open. And it looks really good. I think they did a really good job here. Yeah, Latha, the PATH train is not in here. But check this out. If you look down here, check it out. They just opened the whole thing. And I think they did a really good job. Hey, Humane says hello. See ya. Oop, I think we're buffering. Hey, Jay Einstein is here. Judy D. What's up, Jay? What's up, Judy? And they just opened this too. This is all new corridor here. All the way down here. So everything you see on either side is going to be all Zilch says, where are we? This is the new Moynihan train station. So check it, this all used to be closed. But now, hey, Lockjaw says, hey Tom, what's up Lockjaw? Good to see you, hope you're well. So this is the baggage claim here for the Amtrak, just opened. Yeah, Volquero says it looks more like a mall than a train station. So here is a brand new bar. So you can get a drink, hang out, watch basketball, baseball games, really anything when you're waiting to get the train. And I think they did a really good job. What do you guys? Yeah, Cosmo says this is what the entire Penn Station should look like. Hey, Daniel is here. What's up, Daniel? Good to see you. So speaking of Blue Bottle Coffee, we have a Blue Bottle Coffee place right here. Somebody on the stream was just asking about this. Hey, Pacific, good to see you. Ah, Robert Parker says, Tom, it's actually open 24 hours, ironically. Very cool. Joey says, love Blue Bottle Coffee. Oh, and we also have a Magnolia Bakery here too. Magnolia Bakery is right here. Lady O says, get me a cup. Lady O, I would buy a cup of coffee, but it's closed, unfortunately. So if you see your track and you need to get to your train, you take the escalator down the stairs, and that's where all of the trains are. Ooh, this person looks like they're late. Anonymous dude says it's spectacular. And then you have a Starbucks right here. Ah, Lupe says, I went to Magnolia in January. Obama says, Tom, can you look more into the Chinese bonds? Yes, we are going to write about that. I'm going to explain everything in the Behind the Street newsletter, don't worry. So if you guys want to sign up for the Behind the Street newsletter, just type !news, NEWS in the chat, and you will be able to sign up for free. Okay, so let's head to the Hudson Yards. Hey, Judy says just checked it. Judy says just checked it out and subscribe to both email and channel, my friend. Jeff B talks highly of your channel. Seems cool. Hey, Judy, thank you. Appreciate it, Judy. Hope you're well. Yeah, on the weekends, everybody, Saturday and Sunday, we usually don't have a dedicated topic for the channel. Hi, everybody. Good to see you. But on Monday through Friday, we have dedicated topics. Wow, Madison Square Garden looks awesome tonight. Hey, Tom AK is here. Hey, Tom. Is it just me, or does it look like there's steam pouring off the top of the Empire State Building? But I actually think that's just the top of Madison Square Garden. Rebecca B says, thanks, just subscribed. Hey, Rebecca, thank you for joining the channel. We stream 5 days a week, or as often as we can, between Miami and New York City. Diana says, wow, the place is huge. So they did an amazing job on the Moynihan train station. The place is clean, it's awesome. But whatever you do, do not go to the old Penn Station. That place is an absolute war zone. If you have to go to Penn Station, definitely come here. It's more clean, it's more safe. But if you do go to the old Penn Station, where I used to commute out of for many years, that place is an absolute war zone. So don't bother with that. Go to the new one. But now we will head to the Hudson Yards. Oh, cool. Rebecca says you've been watching since New Year's. Awesome. Hey, our pal Sanjeev is here. Hey, Sanjeev. Sanjeev, it's going to be a busy week this week on Wall Street. A lot of earnings. We have Microsoft, we have Apple. But surprisingly, the company that I'm anticipating the most, or the most highly anticipated, for me at least, is Caterpillar, because I really want to be able to get a look in the health of the manufacturing, as well as the infrastructure rollout in the United States. You know, us as a country are going to be making big investments into infrastructure projects, and let's see if that's actually real. You know, we were going to be able to tell from the Caterpillar's earnings report. Jace is really the old Penn Station that everybody would use as a war zone. Please describe in detail. Yeah, so Jay, if you go there right now, there's no stores in there at all. And it's pretty much just a massive homeless encampment, unfortunately. If you go there, people are laying all over the floor. There's high crime in there. A lot of people, unfortunately, that are in there are screaming, yelling, incoherently. And, you know, it's because they have nowhere else to go. So they go to the old Penn Station, and you just see a bunch of people laying on the floor, which is really sad. I think the city should provide housing for these people. But the new Moynihan train station is definitely more clean. But if you haven't been to the old Penn Station recently, take a walk around there. You'll see it for yourself. It's horrible. Lay this as they need housing and mental health services. Absolutely. Yeah, Faith is so sad to break. So after I was streaming yesterday, everybody, I went to so Tiffany says the only time I felt scared at night in New York City was at Penn Station. Yeah, so anytime you go into the old Penn Station, the old one, at night, you know, that's where a lot of the New York City homeless, you know, they sleep. Which, you know, they need to get out of the rain and the cold. But yeah, it's not good in there. Yeah, Marty Lewis, you're right. So in the old Penn Station, there's really sort of three main segments. Number one, you have the Long Island Railroad segment. Number two, you have the New Jersey Transit, and then you have the Amtrak. In my opinion, the Long Island Railroad section is the worst, in my view. But the New Jersey Transit's not too bad, but I never go to the New Jersey Transit because I never go to New Jersey. Oh yeah, Lady O. I think, yeah, the Port Authority bus terminal is definitely no good. Tom AK says, then just don't go there. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately I have to because I'm from Long Island. But look, I think things are gonna get better. I think things are getting better. It's just, it's under construction. It's, you know. Okay, so we are headed towards the Hudson Yards here. We should be there in just a minute. We're gonna be able to see the vessel, all that good stuff. Zilch says, okay, I'm counting, Tom. All right, so now we're on 10th Avenue, everybody. So this is 33rd Street, West 33rd and 10th Avenue. We are gonna cross the avenue right now. Okay. Marilyn says, hey Tom, you should contact CNBC about your channel focuses on financial and tech. Maybe they can interview you on your channel. Perhaps. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to be on CNBC. I don't know if I would ever work with them for a number of reasons, but okay, so once we make a left right here, we're gonna be able to see the beautiful vessel. But back in college, when I did an internship with the London FinTech Fund, the portfolio manager for the fund used to be, well, it still is, a contributor for Forbes. And a lot of the articles that I would write for him are actually still there. So maybe I'll link some of the articles that I wrote in the description of some of the other videos. But yeah, some of my research is published under him, but they are in Forbes. You can look him up, Naeem Aslam. So this is the vessel here. And this building here is actually the brand new Equinox Hotel. So NMB 045, I didn't get a chance to watch the entire thing, but I did watch some of it. But I think probably once I go back on the train, I'm gonna take a look at it. But this is the vessel here at the Hudson Yards. Hey, Estelle says, looks great all lit up. Estelle is joining us from Australia. Good to see you. Hey, Gene Paul says, I didn't recognize Manhattan tonight. Is it the cold? It could be. Pacific Raid says, heard the Equinox is $1,000 a night. It's something crazy like that, something similar. But that is a little wild. I mean, I don't know if I would ever spend $1,000 a night just to go to sleep somewhere. So it does look like there's still snow on the ground. Obama says, why is Bill Gates buying all the farmland? Bill Gates is buying a lot of farmland. A lot of big institutional money managers are buying farmland in middle America. Interesting trend to watch, as well as major investments into water as well. I think over the next coming years, fresh water obviously is going to be very, very scarce. Hey, Robert Parker says, Tom, how cold is it? I think it's, I don't know, I don't want to say for sure, but if you type ! weather space New York, the Nightbot will give you the weather that it currently is here in New York. Andreas A says, farmland is the ultimate inflation hedge. Yeah, I think it's very good to at least own some farmland. The Swan says, Tom, a streamer spent $15,000 on a hotel in Las Vegas. Dude, that's insane, Swan. Time Lapse is farmland because if you control the oil, you can control the economy. If you control the food supply, you control everything. Ooh, time lapse. Yeah, well, farmland is obviously very, very precious, for sure. So I think this coffee shop here, this Starbucks, probably just opened. I haven't seen it here before. Hey, Coolaunt516 is here. Says Nightbot says it's 30 degrees. Edwin says in Nebraska, Gates leases his land to farmers. Yeah, I guess it's a good business model. So Bill Gates is also invested into companies that turn wastewater into regular fresh drinking water as well. But this is an awesome sort of walkway here at the Hudson Yards. Cynthia Martinez says Bill Gates goes to McDonald's. Kim Grant says, sorry, Tom, but that's gross. No, it's true. I mean, you know, I think, you know, if we just think about the United States, you know, some places in California, Arizona, they're experiencing serious droughts. So any way we could try to provide as much fresh water as possible, I think it's going to be a good thing. Tom AK says wastewater. Yep. Yeah, Google Bill Gates invests in fresh water. Sabrina Fair says too cold for buskers. Time Lapse says anyone here I have not. Hey, Tahada says anyone ever thought about the fact that the water we drink today is the same water our ancestors drank on Earth for years? Pretty interesting, for sure. Brett says, how many buskers are out tonight? Probably not too many, because it is pretty cold. Slick Rick is here, says, when I grow up, I want to slip and fall on the ice in New York. It's definitely possible between the months of January and February. Wow. Francisca, good to see you. Shot by Scott says the Buffalo Bills just scored. Very cool. NMB045 says we in Quebec have the largest freshwater reserves in the world. We should export it to California. So what I would propose is a freshwater pipeline going from the Great Lakes all the way to California, but that would never get accomplished because I think that would make sense. And the politicians don't like to do things that make sense. Hey, Francesca says, I can't wait to be here. I think you're going to enjoy it. Fernando says, hello from Brazil. Greetings, everybody from Brazil. Hope you're well. Hey, Bit of Wander is joining us. What is up, Bit of Wander? Good to see you. Does anybody have a quick, could we get a quick time check in the chat? I just want to make sure we are right on time. Sunshine after rain is a nice view. So we're right in front of the shops at the Hudson Yards. We've been in here many times, but I think it's the most enjoyable walking through here during Christmas time. Bit of Wander says it's 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's awesome. We must have started the stream extremely early tonight because we usually go to like 11 o'clock, 12 at night. So it's pretty cool that we're quite early tonight. Hey, Tommy C says, hi, Tom. It's 32 degrees in Central Florida tonight. Wow. Hey, Laura HH says, thanks for the stream, Tom. Love watching them every night. Thank you for that. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Cool on 516 says, what happened to the watch your friend got you? I don't like wearing watches. I don't like wearing them. I just have to wear it to the wedding. So my friend is just like, just wear it to the wedding. You'll be good. But I also have to get that watch adjusted because my wrist is so small that it pretty much just falls right off. Hey, Santo A is here. Andy. Nicola says, what exactly is the name of this place? This is called Hudson Yards. So if you want to come here, if you Google Hudson Yards, New York City, it is a beautiful, beautiful place. And we are looking at the vessel right now. Hey, War Walker is joining us. What's up, War Walker? War Walker is joining us from the 305 Miami. Hey, Blondie says Hudson Yards is awesome. Thank you, Tom. No problem. Ooh, this looks like a really slippery patch here for these cars to go down. It doesn't look like they put down any salt. But if you look straight ahead, you'll see the Jacob Javits Center, which is a big convention center where they do like Comic-Con, all that stuff. Hey, Laura M says, Laura joining from the 919 Raleigh. Awesome. Thank you for joining. So if you look straight ahead, you'll see another view of the Empire State Building as we head back towards Midtown Manhattan. Azad says, hi, Tom. When are you going back to Florida? So I should be going back maybe in about 6 to 7 days. But that is pending a couple big meetings and some deal closures here in New York. So let's just call it about a week, but no guarantees. Mr. Ludin says, do you know how to get everywhere in New York City? Yeah, for the most part. For the most part, we are pretty well versed in getting really to wherever we need here. Kim Grant says, seriously, who is getting married? One of my buddies, one of my good friends is getting married, and I guess for a gift he gave to be in the wedding party, he gave me a watch, and he's like, you got to wear it to the wedding. And I was like, absolutely, I'll wear it. That's awesome. Thank you. Faith says, did they permanently close the vessel? So I think they did for people to go up, but what I'm hearing is that they actually may take it down entirely, just because of all the unfortunate suicides that happened at the vessel. But I think they should just build like either a glass enclosure around the vessel or something like that, But look, if they have to take it down, I completely understand. I completely understand why. Hey, Daniel Rodriguez says, how's it going? I'm joining from El Salvador. Welcome everybody from El Salvador. Good to see you. So how is everything in El Salvador? I believe the president of El Salvador made Bitcoin a legal tender, and he is issuing volcano bonds. Yes, they are going to be volcanic bonds, and they are going with volcanic energy. A little strange, a little cool. Yeah, Yogi says 100% get rid of that thing. Yeah, it's sad, it's unfortunate, but if they do have to take it down, Yogi, I understand 100%. 100%. Andreas says the president of El Salvador seems like a dummy. I'm not too familiar with him, but I think that if you're gonna mine Bitcoin, I think doing it with volcanic energy is probably the greatest way to do it, because obviously it's a renewable energy and you're not destroying the environment. Hey, Mario says, nice historic looking building to your left. Let's check it out from Mario. Good to see you. Sunshine after rain says, Tom, I actually kind of miss Miami. I'm kind of missing it a little bit too, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. Can't lie to you guys. I'm missing Miami a little bit. Probably because of the cold. But I love New York. Hey, Christian says, Tom, where's the New York Stock Exchange? The New York Stock Exchange is downtown, Lower Manhattan, Wall Street, which we may go there pretty soon on the stream. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. Well, maybe not tomorrow. I don't think we're going to be streaming tomorrow because I'm going to be out really late. I got to go to dinner with some clients. So I probably won't be streaming tomorrow. Hey, Kimberly's here. What's up, Kimberly? Good to see you. The Swan, what do you think about the Empire State Building tonight? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Hey, Tommy C says 45 degrees in Miami tonight. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I mean, for Miami. So Tommy, we were streaming in Miami last week and it was 65 degrees and I felt freezing. Hey, Wolf Theta says, do you need permission to enter the New York Stock Exchange? You do. So before 9/11, you could really go into the New York Stock Exchange, take a look around whenever you wanted, but after 9/11, for obvious reasons, you know, you're no longer allowed. I know, lady. So for some reason, when it's 65 in Miami, it feels colder. It feels freezing than this. Andrew says, what do you do for a living? I am in tech sales. I am in tech sales. Hey, Marilyn says, I'm a native New Yorker, and Tom is right. The old Penn Station is not good. You know what, everybody? So for people who are curious, well, I'm actually going to duck into the new Moynihan train station for a second, just so I could warm up my face before it rips off. Ooh, it's beautiful in here. They really did a beautiful job. New York State did a phenomenal job on this building. Whew. Daniel Rodriguez says, do you have any other social media? Yeah, so if you look in the description of this video, I think I have my Twitter and my IG. Follow me there. But if you want to contact me directly, if you sign up for the newsletter, there's a chat option there where you could chat, hang out. Ooh, sunshine after rain. Says I'm enjoying my iced coffee right now. Yogi says, what is in the newsletter? We talk about the financial markets. So let's see if it buffers. So everybody just bear with me because we're coming up to the end of the stream anyway. So let's see if we run into any buffering here. Chris Beeman says the Bills just scored. Hey, Lena Sandoval's here. What's up, Lena? Okay, now we are headed to the old Penn Station. Hopefully we won't buffer, but we will see. So now we are walking from the from the new Penn Station to the old one. But supposedly this is going to look beautiful when it's done because right now it's all under construction. The Buffalo Bills just scored. Very cool. So what is the score of the Buffalo Bills game? Hey Estelle, thank you for joining, Estelle. I appreciate you very much. Somebody says bets are on. All right, so we'll go to the New Jersey Transit section and then we will exit. Wow, 36 Buffalo, 33 KC. Very cool. So if you go, this is called the Hilton Passageway. If we make a left here, we're gonna be able to go to the New Jersey Transit side. And there's actually access to Madison Square Garden through here as well. Hey, Yogi says, will New Jersey Transit be reliable? So I've only taken it a handful of times, to be totally honest with you, but I assume it's reliable. I mean, as reliable as it can be, right? Transit. Oh, that's an awesome dog right there. So if we go garden. It'll be one of the main. Cosmo says, did you learn about those dogs in school? We did. Track. The Amtrak train. You know, there's actually a really good pizza place in here, Not For Nothing. It's right here, oh, but it's closed now. This is a good spot. This actually has pretty good pizza right in here. Casey, oh, we gotta watch the football game. You guys are telling me about it in the comments. I don't know anything about football, but now I am intrigued. So this is the main terminal here. Oh, it's going into overtime. Jeez. But everybody, my phone is on like 3% battery. So we are gonna have to end it here. But I appreciate everybody joining tonight. Tomorrow is gonna be a busy day. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to stream, but we should be able to stream on Tuesday. It's gonna be a big week on Wall Street. Massive earnings. We have Apple, Microsoft, Caterpillar, IBM, all reporting earnings this week. I will be sending out the Behind the Street newsletter tonight or early tomorrow morning at around 1 o'clock in the morning. So please look out for that. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe to the channel as we go live 5 days a week. And everybody have a great day. Make it a good week. And to the mighty bull, have a good night wherever you are, because there is always a bull market somewhere. And you just need to know where to look. And I will see everybody right back here tomorrow or Tuesday. Ruby Falcone, Bridget Ortiz, Tanya S., Sally, Shot by Scott, Velquero, Bonnie Hudson, Norm C., War Walker, Ruby Falcone, everybody. The Swan, Photos from around New York, Andy, Michelle McGraw. Have a great one, everybody. Stay warm, and I'll see everybody right back here tomorrow.